Hi, my name is Asia, and I'm the program director at Love Yoga Studios Yoga School in Hyattsville, Maryland. I'm excited to introduce you to both our 200-hour and 500-hour yoga teacher training programs. Our teacher training curriculum follows the new competencies-based model from Yoga Alliance. This includes 13 competencies: asana, pranayama, subtle body, meditation, anatomy, physiology, biomechanics, history, philosophy, ethics, teaching methodology, professional development, practicum, and electives. We teach alignment-based asanas and highlight the importance of the breath. So that is a lot. And so the idea of a 200-hour yoga teacher training program is to give you an overview of all of those things and prepare you to teach yoga to others, as well as to help you connect to the philosophy of yoga and also your own personal practice. Now, the 200-hour training program differs from the 500-hour in that it is the beginning, whereas the 500-hour training program is more intensive and comprehensive, because the 500-hour training not only includes the 200-hour, but also an immersive period of teaching and practicing after you finish your 200-hour training, and then ends with your 300-hour training, which is another advanced opportunity to improve your teaching skills and to dedicate to your personal practice. But you got to start somewhere, right? Before you get, into that advanced place. And so maybe you're trying to decide, should you do a 200-hour? Should you do a 500-hour? If you are someone who knows that you want to be in the business of yoga and knows that you want to commit a significant portion of your energy to the practice and teaching of yoga, whether that be through a studio, community programs, virtual offerings, sky's the limit, right? If you know that you have this idea to pursue yoga in a significant way, then the 500-hour training program is most likely going to be the best fit for you, because you're going to want to have that immersive teaching experience and personal practice experience. And you're also going to want to give yourself that opportunity to advance your skills, both in the seat of the teacher and also when it comes to business. Now, if you say, I am just interested in taking the next step. I've been practicing. I think I want to teach some yoga classes. I want to share this, but I don't necessarily want to pursue yoga as a career or as a part-time, career or anything like that. Then the 200-hour training is going to be a better fit. There's no yoga teacher training program that you can do, or at least at Love Yoga Studio, where you're not personally changed by this endeavor. So I always like to be very clear that this is both a personal and professional endeavor. And so, yes, while you will learn certain things about teaching yoga, you also will learn so much about yourself and connect to your dharma, your purpose, connect to your practice, and find that you are changed in a beautiful way. So if you're like, yeah, Asia, that's more of my vibe. I'm more just so trying to take the next step in my yoga journey. I'm cool with teaching, some people, or maybe I don't even want to teach. I just want to get the experience. Then the 200-hour training is probably going to be a great place for you to start. But don't be surprised if you find like, oh, wow, I really think that I want to, keep going with this. You might not, but if you do, we're here for that. So let's talk about the different 200-hour training programs that we offer. So we offer one 6-month training program that runs from the winter to spring every year, beginning in January and ending in June. We offer a 3-month training that happens in the summertime from June to August. And then we offer our fall training that happens from mid-September to mid-December. And each training is a little bit different from the other to fit different people's needs and interests. And each training also has a different format. So the 6-month training that's in the winter and the spring is hybrid. So there are virtual components and there are also in studio components. And so that one would be best if someone is local to the area. The same with the summer training. There's virtual aspects and in studio aspects, but the majority of that training is actually in person. So again, someone who is local to the area will find that that is suitable for them, maybe. And then the final final training in the fall is completely virtual. So for all of our people who are like, I'm not in the area or I need a fully virtual training, the fall training is going to be the best option because that is the one that is going to allow you to do the training completely virtually. Now, at Love Yoga Studio, in our yoga school, it is very important to us that we are a face forward training program, which means that we don't do a lot of asynchronous learning in our virtual spaces. And so what we usually do is synchronous. And so the idea of that is that we're all on camera, we're all on at the same time, we're asking questions, we're in discussion, we're sharing, we're getting to know each other, we're chatting, so that engagement piece. So even though we're virtual, that interaction is still happening. So I say that because there are training programs that are more module, like self-paced module structure. However, that is not our program. So if that is something that you need, then you would just need to think through whether this would be the best option for you. And so, like I said, each training is a little bit different in its focus. And so let's start with that winter spring training. And that one really gives you a good overview of both Hatha and Vinyasa yoga. And then we'll introduce you to other types of yoga through electives, such as yin, restorative, trauma-focused, prenatal, yoga for bigger bodies. There's a variety that you'll get exposed to. But again, you're going to learn how to teach Hatha and Vinyasa, and then you'll get a taste of these other styles of yoga. The summer training is focused on Hatha. You will learn a bit about Vinyasa because we want you to have some knowledge about that, but it is mainly focusing on the Hatha. And specifically, Yin is a big part of it, as well as restorative yoga is a big part of it. And so you'll really get acclimated to those styles in addition to the Yang version of Hatha yoga. And then finally, the fall training varies because we actually have two trainings that we offer during that time. We have Adrienne Burke's Embody Power Yoga for Social Justice training that is offered when she is available. And then we also have Love Yoga Studio's Breath of Love yoga teacher training. So the Embody Power Yoga for Social Justice focus specifically on power yoga and has a social justice component. The Breath of Love training focuses on pranayama, hence the name breath, hatha yoga, vinyasa, and then also has a social justice component as well. So while the trainings are a bit different in the fall, you will always get that social justice element. And technically, the summer training, the Love in Action 200-hour training, also gives you that social justice piece. And that's not to say that the winter spring doesn't have an element of that to it. It's just not mapped out as a part of the curriculum at this point. Could change, but at this point, it's not mapped out as a part of the curriculum. And so if you know that you're very interested in social justice work and yoga spaces, then the summer or the fall trainings will be a good fit for that piece. So I know I just said a whole lot about the differences between the programs, and there's a lot more to look at because it's a big decision to see which training program fits your needs. So if you go to our website and you go to the section that is entitled Yoga Teacher Trainings, you'll find the 200-hour page. And on that page, you'll see a very cool chart that our communications and marketing manager has put together to give you an idea of some comparisons. What's the same? What's different? And then, of course, we would love to talk with you about that. So you can always schedule a time to chat with our studio manager. You could reach out and ask to connect to me. I'd love to talk to anyone anytime they have any questions about our training programs and really figure out which one will be the best for you.